And we're back, YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate that. Today, well, let's talk football or soccer. Now, I've been looking for an arcadey football or soccer game for a long time, and I'm a great fan of Kickoff and Kickoff 2, and especially Sensible Soccer. I played that a whole lot on my Amiga system. Now, if you don't know, Sensible Soccer is a top-down soccer game with little men on the pitch with big heads playing football. It's a super addictive game, and the game is very much alive thanks to the modding scene, so I'll do a separate video on that later on. Now here comes along Super Arcade Football, and I fell in love immediately with this game. Not just because of the nostalgic feeling I get when looking at these cute sprites and these little men with little animations for players, but it does nail that sort of look and feel of Sensible Soccer. You get these different pitches, you get different weathers, and it really looks like Sensible Soccer. But does it have the gameplay to match it? Well, I'm happy to report that the gameplay is very solid. It's that one button for all, like for passing, for heading, for shooting, for doing slidings. I mean, you control one player at a time, where the computer switches automatically between your players. And Sensible Soccer was all about applying aftertouch or swirl or curls or whatever you call them, and it's implemented here amazingly as well. In comparison to Sensible Soccer though, Super Arcade Football tones down the speed of the game a bit, which works in its favor, I have to say, because it leaves more room for setting up attacks as well as soloing towards the goal of the opponents. Now that makes for a more accessible football game. So the gameplay is solid and there's a lot of stuff you can put your teeth into. There's a story mode that takes you from managing an amateur club all the way to the World Cup. There is a quick match option with a bunch of funny modifiers like playing on ice, which is pretty much ice skating, which feels very slippery, and all the while meteorites crash into the pitch. Any things I didn't like about this game? Well, I have to think real hard on that. I mean, you can say that it doesn't get the prize for originality, but this comes so close to the classic Sensible Soccer and actually makes it more accessible for a wider audience. Other than that, there's no editor to create your own games or players, which is a bit unfortunate because Sensible Soccer, you could actually do that and update your team with the newer players, so to speak. It's such a blast to play this. It's really good. It's something you can keep on your hard drive and come back to whenever you want to play a bunch of games. It's just so good. And in what game can you do a sliding tackle and take down the opponent player as well as the referee without getting booked? Well, sometimes.